Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Arnold Nerenberg. I have the good fortune to be here with you. It's a pleasure, a privilege to be able to share with you my lessons and insights and inspirations of a lifetime. What kind of lifetime? Well, I'm going on 82 years of age, and I've been in the profession, licensed to practice in clinical psychology in the state of California since 1974. So I want to bring to you what I've been doing 50 years, though, in the profession, but licensed here about 47 years. So the title of today's presentation is My 50 Years of Relationship and Marriage Counseling. My 50 years of relationship and marriage counseling. This video is for therapists as well as clients, and for, of course, the general public. Now, when couples come in, I'm going to tell you a secret that people don't know, and I don't think most therapists know it. Let's talk about a marriage. It could have been a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Let's say you have a married couple and they want marriage counseling. Now, I want to assure you that you don't know what that means when they say I want marriage counseling. It took me a long time to know what that means. You might think that they want to improve their marriage, which would be right, but not what you think. They don't want you to fix the marriage as such. Guess who they want you to fix? Well, the husband wants to fix her. She's a problem. She's driving me crazy. The wife says, fix her. We'll have a great marriage if she just stops doing this, this, and this, and always nagging me, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Fix her. So he comes with that fix her. He's coming in, fix her, fix him. It's warfare. They really want the therapist to be a referee and to say, I'm right, you're wrong, you got to change. That is really what's going on. If you just fix my wife, she's doing this and this, driving me crazy, we'd have a great marriage. If you can get my husband to be this way and not do this and listen and pay more attention and help around the house, we'd have a great marriage. Let me tell you what you won't hear. Doc, I want to fix my marriage. Tell me, what can I do on my end to improve? What can I do to improve myself to make this a better relationship? You never hear that. Now, you just need to know it's not fault finding, I'm not putting people down for it, but you just got to know, given that that's what's going on, you don't put two people in the room and let them fight it out and you just judge it and reinforce one or the other. It's just warfare. And then the therapist becomes part of the warfare. Oh, he's always on your side. Let's go see another therapist. Always on your side. Two guys ganging up on me as the wife. Go see a woman. She's just taking your side in everything. And guess what happens? If they're both in the room together during the whole session, they'll fight after the session about the session. Crazy, but this is what really goes on. They will fight about you said this about me. How could you say that? How many times I told you it's this way? Why? They fight about the session. These are common dynamics. It can all be dealt with. But I'm going to tell you what a therapist has to do, and I'm going to tell you what a client has to do to really make this thing come out. One, get out of the idea that you want a referee and find who's right and wrong. If you really want to come in and say, we don't want a referee, we want a peacemaker. We want somebody who's going to improve we want a peacemaker, somebody who's going to improve our relationship. So if you're a client, you're coming in, I'm talking to you, you want to say, we want you to help us to improve our marriage, to improve our relationship. And you as a husband, you as a wife, let me tell you something you should say to your therapist. Say, look, I want to know what I can do to help improve this. And the other person says, I want to know what I can do to improve this. Whoa, now, never happens, but now once you're watching this video, you come in, you say that, and now you can get somewhere. What can I do to improve this? Now, as a therapist, you have two people come in, you talk a little bit about, some of the parameters of what you're going to do in the counseling. And then you say, okay, now I want to talk. Let me talk to your wife first. Now, you ask the wife, you say, if you're a man, you ask the wife first. You say, well, if you're a female, it's good to always hear the wife first. She's got usually a longer list of complaints than the man, usually. And you listen to the complaints. You write, as a therapist, you write them down. Let me tell you about those complaints. Every last one of them are true. Totally true. If you want to know the limitations of her husband, the best one to tell you is the wife. She'll tell you he's got all these flaws. Okay? You'll now know what's wrong with that guy. His wife, believe me, sized him up more than you as a therapist will said in 10 years. Will not be able to, because you're not living with them. People can project out, they're nice, they're this, that, the other thing. What goes on behind closed doors? What goes on behind closed doors nobody knows. In the meantime, get the old warfare method, each is trying to get you to like them, see things through their eyes, kind of getting you to like them, moving them because they want you to back them. This gets us out of that warfare model. So you hear the wife. And then you say to the wife, okay, I made a note of all these things. You said 1, 2, 3. You go, yes, sir. You said boom, 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 boom. Is that correct? Yeah. Anything else you want to add? Okay. Now, tell me what you like about him and what's good in the marriage. So she'll go there because you just showed her that you really understand her complaints about the guy. And then she said, well, you know what? He can be a real sweetheart. He's a good father. He does work hard to help support the family. And she'll give you some. Then you say, thank you. After that, then you have the husband come. You say, okay, what are your complaints about your wife? Same thing. You write them all down. You read them back. Is there anything else you want to add to the complaint list? No? Okay. Now, what is it you like about your wife? And by the way, you ask each one, do you love the other? You also ask, have each of you been faithful? So you ask the wife, have you been faithful? Do you love him? Generally, you say, yeah, yes, I've been faithful and love. Yeah, generally, I'm talking most of the time, not always, but most of the time. Then the husband will say, yeah, I've been faithful and I do love her. Okay. So then he gives you a list of complaints. He says, you know what? She's a great mom. We have a great romantic life, a great sex life. I'm really happy with her in that way. Absolutely, I love her. Okay. Now you got some positive. Then you call them both in. And it's the therapist's job then to put a positive spin, not a fake spin, a positive spin. Look, there's some real issues going on. I've heard your complaints from both sides. They're both legitimate. We're not going to solve them all right now. But you've both been faithful. You love each other. If they have children, you say have children together. You have a life you built together. It's a beautiful thing. Now, here's the good things your wife told me about you. And then you tell the husband, and then you tell the wife, here's the good things your husband said about you, and he loves you very much. And you're told, oh, she loves you very much. So love is there, the positive thing is there. But there are some issues. But let me first tell you this. Generally speaking, in relationships, people don't express gratitude. They take each other for granted. I want to tell each of you all day long, as much as possible, to say what you appreciate about the person. And in fact, I'm going to do it right now. Mrs. Jones, what do you appreciate about your husband? And she says, I like this, I like this, I like this. Do you love him? Yes, I love her. So she's hearing from him. She's hearing from her. Yes, I love him. I like this about him. Good. What do you like about your wife? I like this, this, and this. Do you love her? Oh, yes. Are you in love with her? Yes. You're in love with him. You already got the answers ahead of time. Yes, I'm in love with him. So now you establish this. Love, appreciation. What does that do? It means that each one knows that you said some good things behind their back to the therapist. You aren't just complaining. You gave plenty of complaints, but the therapist knows these good things. That starts moving you out of the warfare model. Believe me, marriage counseling as it is right now, relationship counseling is a warfare model. It's not a peace model. It's not a building harmony model. It's a warfare model. Believe me, 50 years, that's what it is. People don't know that. That's what it is. Now you're starting to change that. Oh, I love you too, sweetheart. You know, are you grateful to have her as your wife? Oh, very grateful. Are you grateful to have her as your wife? Oh, yeah. Now there are issues going on, right? We're not pretending there are no issues going on. You know, your wife has a list of complaints about you. You have a list of complaints there. That's there. But for today's session, I just want to start building on that and recommend that you really share each other on a daily basis, or 3 times a day at least, what you appreciate, and tell the person you love them. If that's the case, most people tell you they do love their spouse, by the way, or they love their partner. So they're doing that. So now between sessions, I recommend having them text you. I said this to my wife or that. Text me, at least one time. Say this Friday, we'll pick a day. Well, it's easy for you to text me the positive things you said, so I have that list of what's been said. Then the next session comes up, and say, well, you'll see a big improvement right there. A lot of problems will disappear with that, because one thing that causes a lot of problems, some appreciate me. I work all day, support the family. I don't get any gratitude. Now I'm feeling some gratitude. So a lot of the complaint lists have these issues still, but it becomes less important. The issues are not solved. They just become less important. Not solved, less important. And the husband says, yeah, I feel loved more by appreciated. Wife says, yeah, he's giving me more compliments. I feel they're sincere. I love making, now I feel some attraction to him when we're making love more often. Because that sexual connection is very important also. And so it's just like when we were first dating, when we were first married, it's a much more beautiful, intimate, spiritual, emotional experience between us during our sexual. That's a good barometer right there, the sexual connection. So there you have a foundation. And it's included every session, that positive regard for each other. Then, you have a session that you're doing alone and then together. Your husband says, your wife feels you don't listen as much as she would like. I can see things are improving already, but whatever way you can show you're listening and hear what she has to say, you're the main person she talks to. She has no one else to confide in. I know you come home, you're tired, but if you could spend a little time every day just listening to her and show her you understand. You can paraphrase back what she said, or just really pay attention. Give her at least, right now she doesn't feel she gets much good quality listening. The kids are running around. You're both overwhelmed from the job, the household activities, whatever. You can try to listen at least 10 minutes. When you get home, listen to what she has to say. Then you have the same conversation with the wife. You show your expression, you express your love. You both did a great job. Your texts were great, what you sent me. You're really moving in a positive direction. But your husband feels like, before you felt like you were complaining all the time about him, now he's starting to feel more appreciated. That's good. Keep up the good work. Keep telling him what you appreciate. I'm not saying you shouldn't complain. I'm just saying that now it's getting balanced. Now, a lot more I can tell you about the whole model, but that's really these are some universal issues. I really described the paradigm to get a paradigm shift from a warfare model to a harmonious model. Warfare to a harmony model, very different model. And right now, unbeknownst to almost everybody, it's warfare. That's it. Now it's switching to a harmony model. That's the bottom line of what I want to get by today. How to go from a warfare model of marriage and relationship to a harmony model. This is a step in the right direction. I'm going to open it up for any comments. What comments would you? What are anybody's thoughts and feelings about this?
I've never been married, so I don't have a whole lot of experience, but I can see what you're saying as far as going from warfare to harmony and how valuable expressing love and appreciation would be versus, discussing.
Yes. But anybody that goes in for counseling will run into this. It doesn't have to be marriage. It could be just boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. But right, that's the bottom line, going from the warfare model to the harmony model. Good, that's what it is. Once people get caught in that warfare model, it's hard to come out of the warfare. Everything then becomes a trigger, people overreacting. We're having a little issue with some sound effects right now. Hopefully we can record that, but I'm going to keep going. Thank you so much, Stacy. Bernice, are you there? Oh yeah, Tracy, I asked you before, I couldn't get you. Yeah, please.
Day, what happened today. That way they can get off their chest. A long time ago, my mother was in a relationship with a very, very good man who actually passed away to Christ. But when she would get home from work, he would be like, Sandy, how was your day? And then she would just vent for at least 10 minutes. Oh, this happened today, blah, 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 blah. He would just, be receptive to it. And then it was like she was able to get that off her chest upon driving home. And that was it. Then they would carry on with it. He would vent, I mean, even too, but they would carry on, and it really, really opened up the communication and understanding and respect for one another.
Yeah, feeling heard. Boy, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful. They felt heard. That's a big thing. A lot of people are too tired to do that when they get home, but that's a big positive thing right there.
Yeah, that way you don't drag it on through the night, or at least, right when you get home and your partner's receptive to it, they'll be willing to hear you out. And then
Well, that's the key thing, being receptive, because really a boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, they really have nobody they can really open up to and really say what's going on. And they just have each other. In the long run, you just have each other. And so to be able to be heard by the other is just huge. Just huge, huge, huge. I'm glad they had that. And that's kind of rare, but it's a beautiful thing to have. And sometimes it's not reciprocal. A lot of times one person does more of the listening than the other. I mean, but if the person can be okay with it, that's the way to go. Yeah. Thank you, Tracy. Anybody else have anything you want to ask or say? Oh, hey, Bernice. Oh, absolutely. That's what I call it, my 50 years of relationship and marriage counseling. Absolutely. It's not just for marriage. Absolutely.
Which will, up the likelihood of them to do those positive things rather than negative. So rather than telling them, like...
That's right. Positive reinforcement for the desired behaviors. If we want to get behavioristic, yeah, that's the terminology and the paradigm, yes.
And also, I heard this really, I can't tell you exactly where I heard this, but somewhere I heard it. I did watch it, like, have like a citation and tell you, go like a show maybe, or like maybe like a documentary. But I had heard someone say that when couples, they try to teach couples that like when you walk in the door, sometimes you're kind of depleted, right? So like let's say you have a goal one day and you're at like a 10%, but your partner's at a 70, you give them some space. The person that's at 10%, they're very low in energy, you give them space. And then you guys can talk about it.
Absolutely, the recharge is important. Absolutely, recharging space is very important. The point is, though, that at some point they're going to be listening to each other and whatnot. Of course, the whole paradigm has to do with counseling, and that just being one of the things. The other things that a therapist will be talking to, that I recommend, is about respectfully real communication, where each of you has the right to be who you truly are, as long as the expression of your true self in a respectfully real manner. So there's a lot, I've had many lectures on that, but I'll just say that in summary. The other way is to encourage the development of honor, so it's an honorable relationship. To the extent you're living by honor, that's going to help you really deal with all relationships, including your primary relationship, in a way that will lead to connection and harmony. So bringing honor in, and I have the teachings of honor, the commandments of honor, a lot of videos on honor. I'm not going to go into all that now. But a good paradigm for all couples is learning the way of honor, and also the honorable way to communicate is respectfully real communication. Not real, you get pretty brutal being real, but respectfully real. But those are elaborations of going on. But those are the excellent aspects to add to it in terms of adding to the harmony model, getting away from the warfare model. I hear you.
Okay, Doctor, in my situation, I got married at a late age. I spent my youth as a single person. So I got married at 49. And my wife already had like 25 years experience in being married. And I believe that took a toll on me because she had the experience that I did in a relationship that's being married. And I believe that, honestly, when we divorced, that it didn't work out because she has so much experience being married that I didn't. So I was, you could say, a beginner, a rookie in a relationship with a marriage. That's why I believe that my marriage failed because I didn't have the experience. And she had most of the experience.
Yeah, well, she might have had a lot of experience. That might have, a lot of that is baggage, because she went through a divorce. There's no such thing as a good divorce. A lot of times there's a lot of negative baggage from prior marriages. I'm not saying that's the case with your wife, but probably is. So you being a rookie coming to it fresh, you might feel you have less experience, but in a way it has a positive side to it as well. Yeah, you're not carrying that baggage. People have been married before. The stories about the ex are never good. You know, it's never good. It's never good. So they might have been betrayed. The person might have cheated. The person might have been an alcoholic, whatever. Prior marriages, I'll tell you what it does. For many people, it creates insecurity in a new relationship, and they're more suspicious and less trusting, because they've seen things start off all beautiful, 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 kissy, 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 everything's great, till all of a sudden it's a nightmare. Yeah, and so people have seen that, and so it's hard for them to even give the trust. So there's baggage with that. On the other hand, they may know how to navigate some problems that come up because they were married before. I'll tell you one of the big benefits when people were married before. I just told you the downside of it. The positive side of it is, to the extent you're different than the ex where you had a lot of problems, typically they'll say, oh, wow, you're the opposite of my ex. I'm so glad. I used to be so horrible this way, and you're not driving me crazy with making always a mess. You're not jealous and, try to put me in a closet away from everybody. I'm so grateful. So it can increase the gratitude. It can do that. So one is there's the baggage aspect, the negative side, but also it can lead to a heightened appreciation and gratitude as well, because you're in a position to say, wow, where were you all my life? Yeah. Good points. Good points. Oh, AB, yeah. Go ahead. Did you say you feel unworthy to be a husband? All right. Nobody's worthy to be a husband. Generally speaking, we don't deserve the women we have. You want to go by deserve? I've got a wonderful wife. I don't deserve it. Look at it as the grace of God bestowing our women on us. That's the best thing way for a man to look at it, honestly. So just, I would say the best way to deal with it is to say I'm unworthy, and I'm thank God that I have you, because I didn't deserve you. You're too good for me. I'm grateful, and let her know that's how you feel. Listen, sweetheart, I love you. I mean, I can't believe I have you. I'm definitely not worthy, but you took me as your man, as your husband, as your boyfriend, whatever. I'm so grateful. Let it lead to gratitude. Don't try to overcome it. Just know you're unworthy, and that's fine, be unworthy of her. I mean, listen, what are we really worthy of? I mean, we're born in this world. We weren't even worthy to be born. I mean, we didn't have anything to do with our own self-creation. Our mother and father made love, and God put the soul into the fetus, and here we are through no merit of our own. So if you're not worthy as a husband, it's not like you're worthy or unworthy to even be here. We're just along for the ride. But yeah, feel unworthy, but let your woman know it. You feel unworthy. That's a positive thing, believe me. It's not a negative thing. It's a lot better than saying, hey, sweetheart, I'm so much better than you. You're really lucky to have me. Look at me. I'm a good earner, good-looking guy, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that attitude, this is a humble attitude. This is an endearing attitude. People write songs and poems based on that attitude. Unworthy that I am, she allowed me to look into her eyes and beckoned me to be a part of her. Unworthy I am, but wow. Yeah, that's the stuff of poetry and songs. Abe, that's a good way. That's a good feeling. That's the right kind of feeling. That'll put you in good stead, believe me. Don't try to talk yourself into how worthy you are. Forget about it. Forget about that. You've got a gift. That's a beautiful thing. That shows a beautiful, humble heart that you feel that way. Beautiful. Stay that way. Yeah. All right. It's been my pleasure, my privilege to have this time together. My 50 years of relationship and marriage counseling. This is for therapists and clients and for everybody else.
The sea of destiny is in your deepest struggle. God's will and mine be one, and I wish you well. You are co-creator, respectfully real. There's a way in the valley that turns weakness to steel. We're known through all eternity. From strife we gain power, clothed in grace and love, disciples of honor. All the days of our lives refuse the way of shame. We wish nobody harm, have no one to blame. Your high calling will be done, and pure eyes now glow. In darkness crave the good, like waters from the desert flow. I pledge my love all the days of my life. I pledge my soul to all that is good. I pledge my heart to my brothers and sisters, who I join in the light, leave a legacy of honor. We're known through all eternity. From strife we gain power, clothed in grace and love, disciples of honor. All the days of our lives refuse the way of shame. We wish nobody harm, have no one to blame. Your high calling will be done, and pure eyes now glow. In darkness crave the good, like waters from the desert flow.